everybody, it's Carly here for Ellen Hutson, and I'm thrilled to be joining Altenew in their celebration today. I'm also going to share with you two backgrounds I've created with Nuvo Embellishment Mousse and some gorgeous Altenew products. So I'm starting with this beautiful Adore You set that I just love, my favorite masking paper and my favorite ink for masking. I always use archival because it won't smudge or smear when you are moving your mask around, and that used to be a huge problem for me. So I'm just trimming out these masks. I'm leaving a little bit of white space around the edge, which normally I wouldn't do, but I'm going to kind of incorporate that extra white space into my design. Now I'm just applying these masks to a white cardstock panel. I don't have my stamps down yet because that's again going to be something I do later as part of this fun design that I'm working on. So once my masks are down, I'm going to apply this embellishment mousse from Nuvo. This is the aloe vera color, and I just think it's a beautiful bright spring green. I'm using a blending brush, and this was an experiment, and let me tell you, I loved it. I don't think I'm ever going to apply Nuvo mousse any other way. It went on so great. The other really fun thing is that even though it dries really quick, you can add just a little bit more and kind of like make a direction so you see maybe a little bit. I have like a sweeping pattern going on there. It's hard to see without seeing up close, but it's really great. So I'm just peeling off those masks. The mousse dries so quickly. It doesn't smudge or smear once it's on there and once it's dry. Now I'm just stamping over it. Now I'm purposely leaving that white space like we talked about, and the little bit of black ink that gets onto the mousse, that does take longer to dry, but you can also heat set it with a heat gun. Now that I've got my panel, I'm just going to run it through die cut machine with a stitched rectangle die, and then I'm going to add my sentiments. These are the Essentials by Ellen Block Words and Totally Random Sayings Volume 2. And I've embossed birthday onto a piece of glassine. You could also use vellum. And then I've just layered up those letters so they're a little dimensional. And I'm adding my glue on the back side so that you can't see it through that glassine. And ta-da, there you go. Super easy, fun, kind of graphic. I really like how it turned out. Now I'm going to create a second background also with the Nuvo Embellishment Mousse. So I'm applying it again with the blender brush. Like I said, I'm never going to apply mousse any other way. And then I'm going to foil on this panel. So I'm using the Gemini foil press. I've got that great leaf die from Altenew's Garden Pick set. I'm preheating my foil press. Then I'm putting that thermal foil on top and then my panel. And then you just pull that platform out and send it right through your Gemini. So fun and easy if you haven't done it. Now I'm pull that foil off, and you can see I've got a little overfoiling. I preheated my platform just a little too much, but I will show you how to fix that later. And I just had to show off those tweezers because I adore them. Now, if you have that little bit of overfoiling, grab an eraser. I'm using a sand eraser, and just carefully erase. As long as you're gentle, you're not going to damage that mousse background that you've created, and you're not going to damage the foil that's been debossed into where your die cut is. So super easy way to fix it. Now to finish off my card, I need one of these gorgeous flowers from the Garden Pick set. I love that they tell you on the front of the packaging which dies you need to create. So I've got all 4 dies you can see there. I've got them lined up and I've die cut them. Now that base, I'm just using white cardstock. I put a little double-sided tape on the back of that, and then I'm going to add some gold foil on top. Now the thermal foil that I used before with the Gemini foil press, it also works with adhesive, so that's what I'm using there. But also transfer or toner activated foil works with double-sided adhesive too. And then I just need to glue my layers together, so I'm just using a glue pen. And I just think that this is such a fun concept of dies, like to have the 3D layering dies. They're just gorgeous, and it just makes it look like you did something so fabulous when you just had to die cut. So I love that. I have 2 pink layers that I just did a little bit of ink blending, and then the last is a glitter paper layer that I also added a little bit of ink blending to. To finish off the card, I stamped a sentiment on the glassine again and embossed. And then I just layered it all together. And I love how these cards turned out. They feel like early spring to me. You can find more information on the Ellen Hutson blog. And thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting.